Okay. Peace and blessings, light and love. Welcome, 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 welcome to each and every one of you. Welcome to the Medicine Maker series put on by none other than me. My name is Ray Queen, and today we're going to be talking about high blood pressure medicine. And the, one of the top complaints I get from my clients is they're sick of taking high blood pressure medicine. It makes them feel this way, it makes them feel that way. It makes it difficult to maneuver through life, trying to remember to take these medications. And they've done some research on their own and they realize the long-term effects might not be worth it. And so today we're going to talk about how we can rebuild your heart, rebuild your arteries so that you don't need to continue to take high blood pressure medication. This is a webinar, but I have disabled conversation, questions and answer, things of that sort, because I'm going to publish it as a video. If you do have any questions or concerns, please feel free to email me at rayqueen.com, and I will definitely answer any questions that you have. Excuse me. I just returned from Denver, and I hung out with some of my close girlfriends, and we did a lot. So my voice is kind of barely hanging on. So let me introduce myself. For those of you who may not already know me, my name is Ray Queen. I am a published author of my best-selling book, Big Mama's Hands. That is a book of home remedies, including vitamins, herbs, juicing therapy, other alternative therapies that you can do at home that includes information that was passed down generation from generation to generation from our ancestors, as well as some new information as well. I've also written other books like The Secret for Sisters, Let It Go, which is a book about the Secret for Sisters and Let It Go. They are both books about how to employ universal laws, universal principles, so that we can achieve peace, happiness, health, all of those things that we want in our lives, um, using divine guidance and divine principle. And my other book, You Are the Shit, excuse me, is a book which is a follow-up to The Secret for Sisters. It is not released yet, but it will be very soon, and it might be by the time you watch this video, so be on the lookout for it. I am a board certified holistic health practitioner. I have a bunch of degrees, BAs, MAs, MEDs, MPs, etc., etc., etc. I have a bunch of certifications like Ancient Healer, Master Nutritionist, Life Coach, Master Mental Wellness Professional, etc., etc., etc. I am the founder of the Master Magnet and the Medicine Maker Educational Series. I am a student, more importantly. I am a student of the universe. I'm a student of quantum physics, ancient principles, laws of attraction, human nature, the human body, energy fields, all of that great, wonderful stuff that you begin to research once you begin to waken up. I am well studied. I've done years and years and years of research. I have a sincere passion for the health and wellness of my people. I have a sincere passion for employing the sciences that our ancestors left for us. And more importantly, I have a very big mouth. So whatever I learn, whatever I come across, information that gravitates toward me or me towards it, I cannot wait to share. And so that's me. We're not going to talk a whole lot about me. That is enough. Let's get on to the message at hand. So why did I start the Medicine Maker series? Well, first of all, I am pro-black. That does not mean that I'm anti anything. It means that I love my people and I have an allegiance to my people. And considering that my people have suffered from so many injustices, it is only befitting that somebody or several somebodies become spokesperson for our people. The Medicine Maker does focus on melanated people. That does not mean you cannot enjoy the information and employ the information as well. But because of the health disparities so prevalent in the African American community, or Black, I don't even use the word African American. So sorry. Because of the health disparities that are so prevalent in the Black community and the food injustices and the discriminatory policies and the miseducation that is running rampant in my community, it is my focus to focus on melanated people. However, anybody who needs saving, come along, jump on board, and rock with me. You can learn from this information as well. I have titled this The Medicine Maker because our bodies make our own medicine. I know we've been taught about good foods that are good for you, herbs that are good for you, vitamins that are good for you, and they all are. But all those things do is enable our bodies to function optimally so that we can make our own medicine. And so that's why this is entitled the Medicine Maker series. So, on to the topic at hand. Are you sick? And I hope you have pencil and paper handy because I want you to take notes. I'm going to give you some very valuable information that will help you to live a life free of medication. And I have not met a doctor yet who, if you get to a point where your blood pressure is low enough consistently, they will not take you off your medicine, because low blood pressure or consistently low blood pressure is as dangerous as high blood pressure. So get out your pens and paper and follow along with me and take some good notes. So if you have, through diet and lifestyle, you can reverse high blood pressure. You can get yourself off the medications that, like I just mentioned, by incorporating certain foods into our diets, certain liquids into our diets, and incorporating breathing exercises, which is amazing. When I tell you the information about how breathing, proper breathing, diaphragmatically breathing can lower your blood pressure, you'll be amazed. You'll be amazed. And your body will indeed make its own medicine. So let's talk about the 4 R's. The 4 R's are release, remove, rebuild, restore. I don't care what you're suffering from, what type of physical ailment you have, what type of disease you've been diagnosed with, what type of chronic condition plagues you. If you follow the Medicine Maker healing system, you can restore your health completely. I've seen it done numerous times with the clients I've worked with. I've had clients who have restored their health from a state of disease labeled as high blood pressure, labeled as diabetes, labeled as HIV. Any type of disease is simply our bodies telling us there's something wrong and giving us the opportunity to restore our health. It's not rocket science. And when I say labeled as, it's because I don't subscribe to the name of diseases. Therefore, I am not claiming to cure any disease. That is definitely a no-no in our society. But they're right. There is no medicine. There is no doctor. Nothing like that can cure any disease. The only thing that can make you healthy again is your own body. And the way to do that is to give your body the things that it needs to perform that miracle. So again, write that down. The Medicine Maker healing system, regardless of what you're suffering from. Release, remove, rebuild, restore. All right, so we're going to talk about releasing first. So for this particular topic, we're going to talk about how you release the toxins from your body. And with high blood pressure, we're going to talk about deep breathing. Sounds ridiculous if you've heard this for the first time, but it is amazing how powerful breathing deeply and correctly can be on our health. And I'm so sorry that the lighting here is really bad. It's all right. You don't need to look at me. Look at the slides anyway. So, breathing detoxifies and releases toxins. Our bodies are designed to release 70% of its toxins through breathing. 70%. I don't care about a bowel movement. I mean, I do. Don't get me wrong. But we have several channels in which we release our toxins. But breathing is responsible for 70% of the releasing of our toxins. If you are not breathing effectively, you are not properly ridding your body of its toxins. These toxins cause other body systems and functions to work overtime, which eventually results in illness. So, if you're not releasing the toxins from your body, our other organs begin to suffer. It's working harder and harder and harder because it's not getting the oxygen that it needs. Eventually, your other organs and your other systems say, I am tired and I can no longer do this. So, breathing will strengthen your immune system by allowing oxygen to move through your bloodstream and attach to hemoglobin. Once the oxygen attaches to the hemoglobin in red blood cells, it helps our bodies to metabolize nutrients. Write that down. It helps our bodies to metabolize nutrients. So, I'm sorry, my throat is really, really sore. But the show must go on. So, breathing properly and diaphragmatically will strengthen your immune system. This is so powerful, in fact, that there is an instrument on the market that is FDA approved called Respirate. This is the machine that's on the slide. And what it does is it attaches to your diaphragm to make sure that you are breathing diaphragmatically. That means you're breathing, taking real deep breaths in and releasing those breaths outward. So you inhale and you exhale. The machine costs, I'm not sure what it costs now. It's been on the market for quite some time, so it's probably a little less than when it first started out. But rather than waste your money on this machine, why don't you just breathe properly, all on your own? And what that requires is that you plant your feet on the floor, you sit up erect, and you breathe in. You take a real deep breath. And you release it. Now, when you breathe in, your abdomen should go in. And when you release, your breath should go out and your belly should go out. I'm sorry, I said that backwards. When you breathe in deeply, your belly should protrude. And when you blow out, it should inhale. When you exhale, your belly should come in. And you should do this for a count of about, start with 3. A lot of us don't breathe properly, and so, it becomes difficult. But over time, you can train yourself to breathe properly. So breathe in for a 3 count and breathe out for an out count. Then gradually increase to 4 and 5 and 6. The longer amount of time you can breathe in and breathe out, the more oxygen you're getting into your blood cells and to the rest of your organs in your body. All right, so that's release. So now that you've released the toxins in your body, you want to remove the toxins from your body. See, we take these detoxifying programs that you find on the market, and oftentimes there's a step that's missed. Just because you release the toxins back into your bloodstream doesn't mean you're removing those toxins. So the next step is to remove them. So once the toxins get loosened up, we have to eliminate them. Mucus, although we hate it, is our body's way of encapsulating toxins. Mucus acts as a buffer to ease the removal of toxins. There are several herbs that can help with the removal of these toxins. And the herbs I'm going to tell you about now have not been known to interact with any high blood pressure medication that's on the market. But they do interact with cancer medications, and it can cause problems if you are pregnant or nursing. So do not take these herbs if any of those situations apply to you. But mullein is the first one I always recommend. Activated charcoal is the second one. These come in the forms of powders, capsules, tinctures, extracts. So whichever you feel most comfortable with taking, it's available to you. I would recommend taking these 1 hour before or 2 hours after any medication that you're taking. And drink this with lots and lots and lots of water. Again, mullein and activated charcoal. Any liquid form, like the extracts, get into your bloodstream quicker, but all of them will work just fine. Okay. So now you've released the toxins, and now you've removed the toxins. Now what you have to do is rebuild your systems or your blood or the veins or the arteries, whatever you're dealing with. You need to rebuild that system. And how we're going to do that with high blood pressure is with my go-to, which is potassium. Potassium has proven to be the most effective in lowering blood pressure in melanated people. It has been proven to be the most effective in lowering blood pressure in melanated people. Potassium is indeed the remedy. Even without blood pressure issues, we need about 4,500 milligrams a day of potassium. And that's, the standard they say is 4,700, but for black people or for melanated people, we need about 3,700 milligrams. But that's still so hard to get. It's hard to get that much potassium in the standard American diet, which is a SAD diet, SAD, SAD diet. So even if you're a conscious vegan or vegetarian, it's still hard to get it. But it's not impossible. Now, I do want to let you know that if you have some type of kidney disease, stay away from high amounts of potassium. This video is not for you. So, but if you're not suffering from any kidney problems, you're going to want to get into a good potassium regimen. And we're going to talk about that right now. So the regimen for rebuilding, I want you to get some apple cider vinegar, and that is with the honey in it. With the mother in it. The mother in it has a little, when you buy it, you'll see little stuff floating around in it. That means it is organic. That means it has not been tampered with, because most of the apple cider vinegar that we see on the market is coal tar. And they turn it into vinegar because it looks pretty. We're victims of what looks good. And we go to the grocery store, and if it looks good, we buy it. That doesn't necessarily mean it is good. So I want you to get some apple cider vinegar with the mother in it and honey. I want you to mix those two together and take it about 3 times a day. 1 glass of water, alkaline water preferably, or spring water. Mix a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar and a teaspoon of honey. Stir it together and drink it down. It does wonders. Do that 3 times a day. But other sources of high potassium include molasses, honey, mushrooms, raisins, spinach, sweet potatoes, black beans, lima beans, avocados, peas, grapefruit, oranges, watermelon, apricots, beets, white potatoes, white beans, cantaloupe, and tomatoes. Write these down. Find the ones you like the most. Find the ones you can incorporate into your breakfast, into your lunch, into your dinner, and eat as much as you can of these foods that are high in potassium. It will do wonders, absolute wonders, in rebuilding your veins, your arteries, and your heart, so that your heart matches out the amount of blood pumped through your vessels. Okay, if you haven't written them all down, again, email me, and I will gladly send you a copy of this slide. Okay, so now that we've released the toxins, we've removed the toxins. So we release them by deep breathing. We remove them with herbs like activated charcoal or mullein, and we restore. Now we have to restore our health. We rebuilt our system with potassium. Now we have to restore our health. So now we're back in a good place, but we want to stay in a good place and make sure our health is restored. The way you restore your health is by eating the colors of the rainbow every day. Now I know this is a lofty goal and most of us won't make it. That's cool. If you strive for it, you'll see a remarkable change in your diet and in your health. So strive to eat every color of the rainbow every day. The way I do it is make salads with a lot of colors in it. My mother always tells me, girl, that's way too much in a salad, but it's not. And I think I'm the only one of my peers in my social circle at my age of 45 who has not been diagnosed with anything. All of my girlfriends or male friends have been diagnosed with diabetes or high blood pressure or fibroids or something. They're battling something, and I have not. So I have reason to believe that I'm doing something right. Okay, so aside from eating the colors of the rainbow every day, you want to eat an 80-20 diet. If you are not a vegan, which I don't want to sound like I'm trying to convert you into veganism, but vegans do have lower incidence of health problems. But if you're not, and you don't want to be, I at least want you to try to incorporate the 80-20 diet, where 80% of your diet consists of fruits, vegetables, grains, and nuts, and 20% of your diet is animal or animal products. So even if you eat meat or dairy at every meal, it should be a very small portion. You should not have a big 8-ounce sirloin steak and a little bit of vegetables and a little bit of starch. That's not how it should be. The meat should be the smallest portion on your plate. And I want you to employ deliberate eating. If you're not familiar with deliberate eating, visit truesoulfood.com. That's TRUESOLFOOD.com. And it just talks about making conscious and intentional food choices. You can't eat a pig for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You have to become aware of what you're eating when you're eating and try to balance it out. Breathe deeply every day and drink life, meaning water, meaning probiotic foods, probiotic teas, Stay away from caffeinated drinks and high fructose corn syrup and all of those things high in sugar that you know are going to be damaging. Now, the problem with foods is that we don't see an immediate illness. Like you don't eat swine or eat pig and then immediately feel sick. No, it takes years and years and years and years for you to begin to feel ill or for you to become diagnosed with some type of an ailment. But rest assured, the more of those foods and liquids you consume, you will be diagnosed with something at some point. Now, when it comes to the dosing for those herbs that I gave you, you will see a dosing on the back of the bottle that you buy. You can follow those instructions because that's a safe dosage. However, you probably need more than that if you are trying to battle some type of a health condition. So most of the bottles will tell you follow the instructions on your bottle or consult with your healthcare practitioner. I am your healthcare practitioner. Or hopefully you have a healthcare practitioner in your area that you can consult. But if not, I would love to be the person that writes an individualized plan for you. I charge $69 for an individualized plan, and what I'll do is I will take a look at your lifestyle, your diet, I'll look at your medical history, and then I will create a plan just for you that will almost make certain that you reverse any health condition that you're dealing with, and so long as you follow the protocol. Now, I've had some who don't follow the protocol and it doesn't work. But if you stick to the plan, and I don't make any ridiculous plans, I'm not going to make you a vegan, I'm not going to do anything like that, but I am going to make sure that you incorporate and add some things to your lifestyle and slowly remove some of those things from your lifestyle and your diet that are going to be crucial to your health. So again, I only charge $69. It's a one-time shot and it's worth it. I mean, your health is worth it. If you go to get any of these other medications, you're going to pay a lot more for that. So, again, your body can and will reverse itself naturally. All you have to do is remember these principles. Eat proudly, laugh loudly, drink life, and think right, and breathe. Again, my name is Ray Queen. It is always my pleasure to share the information I have with you, and it is always my pleasure to see the people that I've worked with. And I have so many now, it makes me very proud. So many of my clients who have successfully reversed diseases and allowed their bodies to make the medicine that it needs to heal itself. Again, visit me at rayqueen.com. That's RAYEQUEEN.com. And always wishing you the very best of health, and laughter should be the only thing that hurts. Peace and blessings.